Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Monday, June 16th, 2025. Stand up for your country. Well, we had Iran, no kings, dark money, air crashes, all on the rundown today. A lot to get to. But we'll start with the war between Israel and Iran. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. So I wrote a column over the weekend called The Last Days of Tehran. And if you really want to know the micro about this, you read the column. But I will give you a general sense of it now, but I recommend you read it. Okay, so under Presidents Obama and Biden, the mullahs were given a pretty soft ride. And I have all the stats in the column, but we're talking billions of dollars that flowed from the United States into Iran. A lot of it was frozen money, but it gave the mullahs a lot of power to buy terrorist killers, and they did with Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, and to buy uranium and other nuke components, okay? Now, why Obama and Biden did that is very hard to understand. I guess they thought that Iran would listen to reason, but it seems they have not. And this comes from the United Nations, not from the United States. It's a group called the International Atomic Energy Agency, and last week it issued a statement. It says, quote, Iran's many failures to uphold its obligations since 2019 to provide the agency with full and timely cooperation regarding undeclared nuclear material and activities at multiple undeclared locations in Iran constitutes noncompliance with its obligations under its safeguards agreement, unquote. So it's basically saying that the mullahs are giving the UN the finger and saying, you're not going to, tell us what to do, and we're not letting you in to watch. The mullahs have admitted they have uranium, and they are enriching it. Of course, they say they're doing it for peaceful purposes, but nobody believes that, not even the mullahs. Okay? All right. So now enter Israel first. They despise Iran because Iran supports Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis. Every terrorist on the block gets Iranian arms and money. So, of course, Israel is bad. And Iran says, look, we want to obliterate Israel, wipe them off the face of the earth. We want to kill every Jew we can kill. There are no Jews in Iran, okay? So that's number one. Number two, the mullahs hate the United States. And it's time after time after time after time that's been demonstrated. So now President Trump's in office. And remember that Joe Biden did nothing, zero, about Iran. I don't even know if he knew what the situation was. He was so mentally compromised. But Trump firmly believes, and this is the most important part of my analysis, because I talked to the president yesterday. He firmly believes that Iran is very close to a nuclear weapon. And that's all that matters, is that he believes it. That's it. Because he has the power to support Israel and to make a lot of trouble for the mullahs. That's the reality of the situation. Now, some people support that and some people don't. And it is a very interesting breakdown because both members of the right and the left, some of them are dissenting. And that's very rare here in this country. So here are some people on the right that are against any action against Iran militarily. Senator Rand Paul, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, although she is very, it's not clear. She goes back and forth. And Congresswoman Thomas Massey, okay? They are opposed. Then on the left, you have the usual Trump haters that are opposed. Senator Jack Reed, Rhode Island, Murphy, Connecticut, Congresswoman Tlaib, Michigan, Omar, Minnesota, Senator Tim Kaine, Virginia, Senator Bernie Sanders, Vermont. Okay? And then members of the media, Tucker Carlson, Charlie Kirk, Glenn Greenwald, Matt Taibbi, all these people are on the social media. All right, they object. And they're entitled to their opinions. If you object to military action against Iran, it doesn't make you wrong, okay? You have a right to voice your opinion. So they shouldn't be scorned or mocked or anything like that. All right, that's what they believe. Okay. My belief is this, that the mullahs are in business to create death and destruction. There's no other reason that they're there. Their own population, many of them know that, okay? There is enrichment of uranium going on inside Iran. Both the American intel services and the Israeli Mossad have confirmed that. And there are a lot of agents inside Iran, okay? So I believe that. However, in the back of my mind is always this. I did believe that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. And I told my viewing audience that were true. And that it was justifiable to go in and remove Saddam because he wouldn't, same thing, let the UN in to inspect. And he told his generals that he did have weapons of mass destruction, bioweapons. He actually told his generals that. So me as a journalist, I went, hey, it turned out he did not have weapons of mass destruction. And America paid a horrendous price for occupying Iraq. That's always in the back of my mind. But each situation is different. And on this one, I'm going to say that if Israel, I don't support American military action directly. I don't think we should do that at this point in history. But if Israel can knock out the infrastructure the mullahs have in place, nuke and otherwise, the world is far better off. And that's a memo. Okay, so this topic will be in the G7 conference, which begins today. Alberta, Canada, President Trump, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK, and all members of the European Union, but they don't all go separately. They send one rep, okay? Japan is the only nation in the G7 objecting to the Israeli attack on Iran. The others, they're in varying degrees, I don't know, but they haven't objected. Zelensky is going to be at the G7, as is Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. So this is a big conference. And it's not only Iran, it's tariffs vexing the world, and it's Ukraine. That's why Zelensky's there. Now, you notice that China is not in this crew. I would put China on the list. They don't want to go, but you know me, trying to get that détente. No Putin. So they're there. Now, before the president left for Canada, and he's not real popular there, as you know, there's a lot of debate about Israel and Iran, the USA. So Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, appeared on Fox News, and it was a very interesting back and forth. Go.
I just want to press you on the intel on the nuclear part. Less than 2 months ago, the new director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, testified on Capitol Hill, saying that everything had been suspended since 2003 and had not restarted, that the nuclear program had not been restarted by the Iranians. So did something change from end of March until this week? Was the U.S. intel wrong?
The intel we got and we shared with the United States was absolutely clear. Was absolutely clear that they were working in a secret plan to weaponize the uranium. They were marching very quickly. They would achieve a test device and possibly an initial device within months and certainly less than a year.
Okay, But again, I'm going back to my conversation with the president yesterday. It's not what Netanyahu believes, it's what Donald Trump believes. Now, Tulsi Gabbard has been an isolationist forever. Now, I was a little surprised that she got the nod to be the national security director. She has not walked back her initial opinion, but it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the president's opinion. Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking the markets. And meanwhile, China is dumping the dollar and stockpiling gold. That's why I protected my savings with physical gold and silver through the only dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. And you can do this. Get precious metals delivered to your door or place in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. They'll even help you roll over your existing IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of five-star reviews, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust American Hartford Gold as I do. Please call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Okay, our YouTube channel approaching 1 million subs. We'd like you to sign up free. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. I'm going to go over the people who are dissenting on the Israeli action against Iran. And I'm going to tell you why they're doing it. And there's some big names. But you're going to want to see that, I believe. Let's go to the mail. Jim Mundy, Richmond, Virginia. Kudos for your Sunday column, Bill. In just more than 400 words, you paint a clear picture of the relevant history behind what we are watching play out in the Middle East. Of course, I already knew some of the points, but you connected the dots in a way that only a true student of history could do. And I'm glad you read it. That's an important column, okay? And I hope everybody takes the time to read it. And the facts are all there, undisputable. Bozina Hodge, Orange, California, your 6/13/25 column should be shouted from the rooftops, precisely outlines the Tehran mess and who is really responsible. I don't know if Obama and Biden are responsible. They certainly strengthened the mullahs. Both men made them stronger. John Holland, Rockledge, Pennsylvania. Mr. O'Reilly, keep hearing we had an agreement with Iran that Obama made, but Trump ripped it up. Is that true? Yes. Obama and John Kerry, you remember? They had a deal that Iran violated, and Trump ripped it up and imposed severe sanctions in his first term. That's what happened. History is an amazing thing. You know, hard to dodge it. Rick Lutz, Crescent Springs, Kentucky. Why should individuals that are living off government support free housing, utilities, food stamps, and a check each month? Be given a bonus check for filling out their taxes each year. About 50 million Americans, Rick, totally depend on the U.S. government for their existence. About 50 million. A lot of kids in that group. That's the safety net. The federal government provides them enough money, food, entitlements to survive. That's what it is. John Stensland, McMinnville, Oregon. The price of oil here has gone up in the past few months, even though the price of oil has gone down $30 a barrel. Why? Because Oregon makes it very difficult to move oil around with all its regulations based on global warming and the taxation. All right, Salem, capital of Oregon, doesn't want you to get a break on your gas. It doesn't want you to use gas. It wants you to get a little scooter or something. Vicky, concierge member. Bill, I'm with you on the utter corruption of our corporate media. Unwatchable. My problem is I have friends and family members who still watch, Some honestly believe Trump is a dictator. You ran the ratings numbers on ABC, CBS, and NBC, and they are dismal, but even so, millions are watching. Well, they're Americans. They can watch what they want. The good news is that the legacy dishonest media is through. They're never coming back. And it's good news because they're dishonest. I worked there. I know. When I worked at ABC, and I've said this before, Peter Jennings, the liberal man, but he did not allow his personal feelings to intrude on the news presentation. Koppel was the same way. Liberal man, but once in a while, Koppel, he had a terrible producer, a guy named Kaplan, awful. Once in a while, Nightline would go off the rails. But Jennings, very disciplined, okay? Much more so than Rather. Brokaw, all three men lived in that Manhattan liberal bubble. But I admire Jennings for, holding a line on, here's the story. And I was on World News more than 100 times in 2 years, so I knew what was happening there. Shelley McCoy, Galena, Illinois. Bill, you wrote about Brian Wilson and his destruction due to drugs. However, the root cause was due to extreme violence and abuse he suffered as a child. Yeah, Shelley, sure. And most drug addicts, alcoholics have trauma in their childhood. But they got to overcome it, or they're going to die and take a lot of other people with them. Philippe, I was raised in socialism in France. The American capitalism changed my life. I emigrated at 19. I retired at 68 with a decent income. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Well, I'm glad, Philippe, you're grateful to this country. I do believe it's a lot better than France, although I like going there, but I wouldn't want to live there. All right, memberships, again, we're pushing that because we live in very complicated and dangerous times. You want to know the truth, it's on BillO'Reilly.com. And the concierge and premium members get a lot of services. Concierge member, get in trouble, we'll help you. Word of the day, do not be a nebbish, Nebbish. Love that word. You can use that word tonight. Don't be a nebbish. Okay, back with the final thought in a moment. Hey, homeowners, if you haven't checked your home's title, AKA your legal proof of ownership, it could already be stolen. Scammers target your equity, steal your title by forging just one document. Then they can take out loans or sell your home, all without you knowing. So you need to find out today if you are already a victim. Use promo code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com to make sure your title is still in your name. You'll also get a free title history report, plus a free 14-day trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud should happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com now and use promo code BILL. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL. Debt doesn't just show up one day. The bills pile up while you're stuck juggling payments. The good news is you're not stuck. You need a reset. American Financing helps homeowners use their home's equity to roll that high-interest debt into one simple, affordable payment. They are saving homeowners an average of $800 a month. No judgment, no pressure, just solutions that put you in control. With no upfront fees, it's free to find out exactly how much you can save. And if you start today, you may be able to delay your next 2 mortgage payments. American Financing's consultants are ready to listen and to help. Take back your peace of mind with American Financing. Please call American Financing today, 888-462-9557, 888-462-9557, AmericanFinancing.net/bill. All right, final thought of the day. Some of you know I go out to eastern Long Island at Tip. Most beautiful place in the summer, I think, in the world. And for the past 8 weekends, it's been terrible weather out there. And the merchants are dying. And I know a lot of these people, and I feel so sorry for them. You know, the global warming thing has affected everybody. And it's true that global warming is happening. We don't know why, but it's happening. So there's no spring in the Northeast anymore. It doesn't exist. I think there have been 4 days since May 1st that have been pleasant. Fall goes into November here. So the autumn is elongated, but spring gone. And every weekend it's pouring, it's cold, it's windy, and then people don't want to go out to the resorts and the beaches in Long Island, big beach place, big boating place. So I was out there this weekend, and I went into a lot of the stores and spent money I didn't have to spend just to help them out a little bit. And then everybody's sitting there going, oh, no. I know. I hope we have a decent, it's almost, June's half over already. It's horrible. All right, that is it for us today. We are on it. I'll tell you, we're working hard on the Israel-Iran front, on the big bill front. We're ahead of it. So I hope you stay with us this week. Thank you for watching tonight. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.